to EAP teaching and course design. This section introduces 6 of the most common approaches, including general or specific EAP, genre-based, corpus-based approaches, discourse communities, systemic functional linguistics, critical EAP, and academic literacies. General or specific EAP. The field of EAP can be subdivided into English for general academic purposes, EGAP, and English for specific academic purposes, ESAP. An EGAP approach entails teaching skills that are considered the common core across all disciplines. For example, scanning texts while reading, summarizing key points, taking notes, and giving presentations are all usually recognized as being universally valuable to students. In contrast, ESAP programs recognize the complexities of subject disciplines and focus on the specific needs of students. This approach enables teachers to focus on the subject-specific language and communicative needs of their students, creating a more centralized learning environment. Genre-based approaches. Another common approach to teaching EAP is to employ genre as the focus area of study. Genre-based approaches may consider genre as 3 kinds of social practice. 1, a social action based upon contextual circumstances. 2, a social process containing specific linguistic features. Or 3, a purposeful communicative event. Genre-based approaches generally use a strategy termed move analysis to identify and replicate the linguistic and structural features of a specific genre or text. Corpus-based approaches. Corpus-based approaches. A corpus is a collection of similar texts which has been constructed for a particular purpose using specific criteria. Corpus-based approaches can either be direct or indirect. In a direct corpus approach, students use corpus data to study generic features of language. The most well-known direct corpus approach is called data-driven learning, where students create hypotheses about language features and verify them using corpora. The alternative is to employ corpora indirectly in the classroom. Indirect corpus approaches involve using corpora to inform pedagogical materials and tasks. Corpus-based approaches are especially useful in ESAP programs, as corpora can be used to reveal the specific linguistic features of the student's discipline area. Discourse communities. A discourse community is a group of people who have common communicative practices which are enacted through language. As an EAP approach, discourse communities enable practitioners to explore how individuals use language to communicate with the world and with members of their specific social groups. A discourse community's approach to EAP recognizes the social and cultural contexts of the participants, drawing on knowledge about genre conventions within academic disciplines to develop a deeper understanding of the various communities in which learners participate. Critical EAP. Critical EAP, CEAP, is an approach that challenges common assumptions and practices in EAP to offer an analytical lens to English language learners. CEAP examines the social and institutional hierarchies where EAP courses are situated, focusing on the various identities of students and teachers within the academic context. CEAP involves including topics from the daily lives of students in a respectful environment so that students are enabled to critically reflect upon those issues. Academic literacies. Academic literacies is a social and transformative approach to teaching EAP. It involves critically analysing the socio-political context of students' communicative practice so that students and teachers may challenge the academic conventions and institutional policies. An academic literacies approach prioritises the experience of the student and legitimizes the linguistic resources students already possess. There are three main principles that are fundamental to the development of an effective EAP course. These include authenticity, specificity, and collaboration, and will be outlined in this section. Authenticity can be defined as the degree to which classroom activities intersect with the student's broader socio-cultural reality. Authenticity is a component of the materials, interactions, and tasks in the EAP classroom. Thus, authenticity can be described in the following ways. Authenticity of materials, where the teacher employs materials that were originally produced for a communicative purpose. Authenticity of interactions, where the student and the teacher authenticate the materials and tasks in the classroom through their study. And authenticity of task, where the teacher engages the student in tasks that have a specific, tangible purpose. Authenticity is a key principle in EAP teaching, and teachers should always be mindful of the students' learnings and needs so that an EAP classroom can provide students with the opportunity to participate in relatable communicative events. The principle of specificity is one which has a long history in ESP studies and is also a fundamental property of EAP practice. Specificity involves prioritizing the teaching of skills and language most necessary to students' specific discipline needs. In EAP, specificity requires the practitioner to engage with discipline specialists to formulate a deeper understanding of the specific discourses students will encounter throughout their academic study. Collaboration is another important principle of EAP practice, as it enables EAP teachers to deepen their comprehension of the discourses and processes found within particular disciplines. Collaboration involves direct communication with subject specialists, examining course textbooks, and analysing past assessment tasks to develop more realistic resources. Collaboration leads to more effective EAP courses as EAP teachers converse with subject specialists to identify students' needs, create activities, and participate in team teaching, linking the EAP classroom directly with the students' course experiences.